Have you ever found yourself looking at the calendar and wondering how the years slip by so fast? I remember turning 50 and feeling like I had endless time ahead. Now I'm close to 70, and every dawn feels both precious and fragile. It's not about scaring you, but there's a habit, maybe something you're doing every day that could keep you from reaching your 75th birthday. It's a sobering thought, but it's also a chance to reflect on whether your choices are giving you a full, meaningful life or quietly cutting it short. Let's not sink into fear. Let's see what might be standing between you and a brighter future, because each extra day is a gift worth fighting for. I'm not here to judge or point fingers. I'm here to share what life has shown me. But before we get deeper into this conversation, I'd like to know where you're joining us from. And if you find any value in these talks, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. Mostly, I hope we can stand together on this path and help each other find a calmer, healthier way to move forward. I know how easy it is to believe you'll deal with everything later, but the truth is, life often has plans of its own. Let's open this door together and see if we can save ourselves from regretting the time we lose. One thing that can undermine our well-being is ignoring our bodies and minds. We skip doctor's appointments, eat whatever's convenient, and brush off any nagging aches. It doesn't happen overnight. It's more like a slow leak in a tire. You may not notice it at first, but eventually the air runs out. When I was younger, I'd burn the candle at both ends, certain I'd fix things down the road. But time passes in a blink, and your body keeps score whether you pay attention or not. Those signals, like feeling exhausted all the time or gaining weight around the middle, are your body waving a red flag. If you brush them off, you're setting yourself up for problems that can steal years from your life. Another silent thief is holding on to anger and resentment. Some folks think emotions live only in our heads, but anger and grudges seep into every corner of our health. I've known people who clung to past hurts so tightly that it poisoned their days and chipped away at their happiness. The body can't separate emotional pain from physical well-being for long. Stress hormones swirl around, weakening your immune system and affecting your heart. Letting go of anger doesn't mean you ignore the wrongs done to you. It means you decide they're not worth your peace. I've seen how much lighter life can feel when you release those old resentments. You free yourself to live better, and that freedom can add years to your journey. Some people assume living longer means staying young forever, but that's not what real longevity is about. Our bodies will age, and that's part of the natural flow of life. Yet, we can keep our spirits alive by learning new things, no matter our age. When I retired, I finally took up cooking. My hands weren't as quick as they used to be, but trying something fresh made me feel like a student of life again. It's not about perfection. It's about letting yourself grow. That spark of curiosity can keep you going even when the weight of the years starts to show. Remaining open to what you don't know is like watering a plant. It keeps you from drying out inside. On the flip side, certain habits can dull that spark. Maybe it's drinking too much, relying on cigarettes, or spending every free moment glued to a screen. We often say, just one more, and tell ourselves we'll quit later. But each small decision adds up until your body can't keep up with the toll. I've lost friends who never realized how their daily glass of something strong would slowly catch up to them. I'm not trying to preach. I've had my fair share of bad habits. But over time, I learned that the little choices we make each day decide how many tomorrows we'll see. Even small changes, like a walk instead of a nap or water instead of soda, can stack the odds in your favor. Our modern world celebrates being busy as if constant motion is the only measure of success. I used to believe that too. In my 40s, I barely rested, thinking I had to keep pushing to get anywhere in life. But the body can only take so much. Eventually, I was forced to slow down because my health collapsed under the weight of my schedule. Working yourself to the bone may bring short-term gains, But life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Burning out early robs you of the peace you could enjoy in your later years. It's okay to push when you need to, but it's just as important to recognize when to step back and breathe. Balance is worth far more than people give it credit for. One of the warmest parts of getting older is realizing how important connection truly is. We're social creatures. Cutting ourselves off from friends, family, or even casual neighbors can turn life gray. I've seen people drift into loneliness, not because they intended to, but because they got too busy or too proud to reach out. Little by little, that isolation creeps in and affects your mental and physical health. Picking up the phone or inviting someone over for a meal can feel like a small thing, but it can help you stay vibrant. You don't have to be a social butterfly. Even a few genuine connections can make a difference, brightening your spirit and giving you more reason to take care of yourself. Along with nurturing your relationships, consider the power of gratitude in extending your years. It might sound like a cliché, but focusing on what you do have, rather than what you lack, changes your body as well as your mind. In the morning, pause to notice the comfort of a warm bed or the beauty of morning light. That small spark of thankfulness can ease stress, steady your breathing, and remind you that problems aren't all there is to see. A grateful heart stays open. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about noticing blessings in the middle of it. That shift can keep your mind from dwelling on the negative, which in turn can keep your body healthier in the long run. I know it's easy to say, "I don't have time to exercise," or "I can't be bothered to cook a healthy meal." But the truth is, you might not have much time left if you don't pay attention. You don't need to train like an athlete, and you don't need an expensive diet plan. All you need are small, steady changes. A short walk in the morning, a mindful look at nutrition labels, or simply drinking water instead of sugary drinks can make a difference if done regularly. These small changes act like coins in a jar, and over the years, those coins add up to extra days, months, or even years you can spend enjoying life. With each step, you'll feel a bit more alive, and that feeling can motivate you to keep going. Chasing happiness can often blind us to the quiet contentment right in front of us. I missed out on many evenings with my kids because I was too busy trying to build the life I wanted rather than living the life I had. There's no point in beating myself up over it now, but I try to remind others that sometimes the ordinary moments like talking over a simple meal are the real treasures. If you spend all your energy chasing something bigger, you might overlook the gentle joys already around you. A long life doesn't mean much if it's spent in a constant rush. Make room for the experiences that truly feed your soul. If you've been promising yourself that you'll take better care of your health or let go of that simmering anger someday, realize that someday isn't on the calendar. Time marches on whether we're ready or not. Each moment is a chance to do something different, even if it's just choosing kindness toward your own mind and body. It doesn't require a giant transformation, just a sincere decision to treat yourself and the world around you with more care. Believe me, once you start, you'll wonder why you held on to the hurt or the bad habit for so long. Lightening your load feels like a breath of fresh air, and that breath might be what carries you into the years you hope to see. I may not have all the answers, but I've seen enough to know that harmful routines, unmanaged stress, and a closed heart can keep you from living past 75 or enjoying whatever years you do get. Today is the best day to reconsider your path, not in fear, but in hope. If you make even the smallest adjustments, you might be amazed at how your outlook changes. This life can be tricky, but there's always a little more to discover when you keep yourself open. My wish is that you find those hidden pockets of joy and stay around long enough to enjoy them. Take time to reflect on what matters most, and remember that every choice you make is a brick in the foundation of your future. You deserve as many healthy and content years as you can get, so don't wait. Every day truly counts,